Well, greetings everyone. Here we are at the end of summer, getting ready for the fall garden right here at the fall of our empire, at the reordering of the world. It looks like that dark and cold winter that all of the people who everyone looks to save them has been promising has finally arrived. But I would like to bring a message of hope. In fact, I would like to share why AirCrete has been such a life changer for me personally. You know, I didn't necessarily make the best business decisions when I was building quadruplex apartments for an unscrupulous individual. I was just looking at the potential money I could make. And, you know, through a series of not doing the right things, I wound up losing everything I had. Not so different than this debt-based economy we've had in this country since 1933, where they have mortgaged your soul and all of your property as a promise to pay a debt. And so now here we are at the Great Reset, where they promise that you'll own nothing, and they're going to be very happy about that. But what I want to do is share how I found AirCrete, you know, that Portland cement inflated with air bubbles that creates a insulating structural building material that gives us homes that we can afford to heat and cool, homes that we can build with our own hands. It gives us the power to make decisions, that is to have the responsibility, the ability to respond, because having a paid-for house was a game changer, a lifesaver for me, and it was something that I could learn that was affordable. And I want to teach that to you and anyone else that's interested. You know, if you can't afford anything, at the end of this video, whichever way is the end, you will find a short playlist on how to make and cast AirCrete for free. This October, we're going to be having a very ambitious workshop. It's the last AirCrete workshop of the year, and the way the economy's going, who knows if it might not be the last one we do. It's going to be down here by the Big Bend National Park near Terlingua, Texas, USA. You can fly into the Midland Odessa Airport and drive in 3.5 hours, or you can just drive in. We're going to try to answer all the questions where people have doubts, because it's often doubt and fear where people don't take any action whatsoever. I mean, look at our media and how we're just pummeled with fear endlessly. It locks up our brains. It keeps us from focusing on the things that might really matter to us. And so we want to get out of that. I want to show you how to, in the first week, not only do your plumbing and lay your foundation, how to cast a monolithic rectangular AirCrete structure that can be built as we're doing it, a Pueblo-style house for the Southwest, or you could put a conventional roof on there that looks like a normal house. We're not teaching the domes or the cylinders or the arches right now. We're just teaching a more conventional style of building. But the skill set is applicable to every kind of building you're going to do, because we're also going to show you how to wire and do electricity. We're going to show you how to actually design and build an off-grid solar system so you can provide your own power. We're going to show you how to handle a lot of the legal issues that come around things going on in your life, and give you some awareness, because we have to take responsibility for those things as well. We're going to show you how to do water catchment or design for that, to be able to catch water versus drilling wells or boreholes for water. And then we're going to actually get into, you know, the specifics of, you know, how to do your garden. What does it actually take? How much space do you actually need? Why do you need to grow things in flats so that you can have a continuous production? And how do you do that in your garden? And what does it take to actually provide all of the nutrients you need to keep yourself healthy, not just surviving, but thriving? And then we're going to venture into some new innovative techniques we've been developing with AirCrete, a combination of natural materials and AirCrete, as well as new methods of molding and casting that AirCrete to reduce the cost of the forms, as well as reduce the amount of time and labor that goes into building your AirCrete and your structure finishes. So we're going to show you how to do that all in one go, which is really cool. Anything that can accelerate the process. Now, for someone who's willing to bust it and really stay with it, you can get your small house or tiny house from the ground to built in anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. I'm going to say a month is going to be more typical for most people, but the point is you can do it. And so, you know, if you can't come to the event out here, we also, in the link below in the description, you'll find links to the video courses that teach you these various aspects. It doesn't currently cover the new methods, the new methodologies of building with AirCrete for a faster, more affordable process, but those will be updated into the course in the months following October, hopefully by January. So, you're invited. Come on out, you know, meet some really great people, network with people that are like-minded, learn how we can build our own parallel economies, use alternative forms of currency and local exchanges to be able to meet our needs and to help one another thrive in this life. And I know that off-grid and homestead lifestyle isn't for everyone, but the way I see it is that, well, let's put it this way. Artificial intelligence, right? We hear all this stuff about artificial intelligence. And yet, it's actually us stuck on our phones that are the artificial intelligence, because we're just doing what we're told, we're mimicking what we've seen, we're being caught up in the fear, we're not actually engaging our hands in the earth, if you will, to get things done. We're completely disconnected from a natural process, and in that, we are slaves because our houses, our energy, our heat, our cooling, our food, our clothing, our ideas, everything that we have, our source of money that we exchange for the right to just live and stay alive, to buy the things we need, and we go almost no further than that, has put us in a place where we don't have a real intelligence. And it's intelligence that you only get through practice and doing. And you know, let's face it, you know, BlackRock, Vanguard's buying everything up. The bankers own your house. If you actually read your mortgage, you're just called a tenant even after it's paid off. They could still take it, and they have done so in certain instances. So it's their system. It's their business. They're providing everything to you. And honestly, it's upon them whether they even want people on this earth. And so if they turn it off, it's their choice. It's their system. So we can either be slaves and dependent upon someone else's systems and choices for our lives, or we can learn to get our hands in the earth and build our homes, provide our food, and then to build our online businesses. We even have a system that is really a self-development spiritual growth program, but is aimed at manifestation through business. By creating that open door, manifestations work almost instantly in that case. And that is a game changer. Learning how to set up your own online business, how to do the inner work to change your belief structures to allow yourself to be successful. I mean, I'll just tell you the truth. I spent most of my life building other people's homes. And nowhere in that 30 plus years did I ever even conceive of just building houses and then selling them myself and making all the profit. Because I was raised in a belief pattern, a programming that you have to work hard for your living, you have to pay your dues, you have to earn your way and do your part for society. And while that kind of patriotism, I realize, is total garbage, that's where I was. And because of that, when I lost everything, I had to start over. Literally, no job, no money, nothing. And I want to be able to accelerate other people's process by showing you hands-on how to do that, and realize we've got the power. We really do. You know, there's only a small percentage of psychopaths and sociopaths out there that run everything. All of the energy comes from us, that runs everything. What happens to your life when you take back that energy that's coming from you and you put it into doing your life? You put it into building your home, building your food, you know, building your online business. If you don't like gardening or you think that's above you, then fine. You simply have to design your lifestyle to make more of a substance to trade someone else of something of value to receive what you need. That's economy. That's trade. That's great and normal and healthy. But what's not healthy is putting in the hands of a few evil people our very right to live. And so, in a nutshell, this October workshop, the last AirCrete workshop of the year, we're going to really be pushing the boundaries of what can be done in 2 weeks. If you just have a week off, the first week we're going to build an AirCrete structure, hopefully to completion, and engage in all of the skill sets and the knowledge to engineer the AirCrete for our safe living in it, to design our solar power systems, to wire up the system in the house to deliver the power, to be able to engineer the heating and cooling of that structure so that we know also how to install the air conditioning into the structure so we can be warm in the winter and cool in the summer. We're going to cover how to catch water. We're going to talk about how to buy land. We're going to talk about trust and private member associations, options to learn to take control of our world and our finances. You know, a very famous, very wealthy banker once said, to own nothing but control everything. And they all operate in trust. And all of us are still out here doing business the other way. So after that first week, you should have a good grasp of how to build your house. You're going to have an idea how much work it's going to take. You're going to have an idea of the amount of labor and the kinds of mistakes that can happen and how to fix those mistakes and move forward. You know, a lot of people hit a problem and then they get all fearful and locked up, afraid of failure. Perhaps that's been trained in public school where failure is a problem, when actually failure is nothing but an opportunity to overcome and learn. And failure is never bad. In fact, one of the most common comments I get from people who come to these workshops is that I would have given up. I would have had no idea how to fix the mistakes. And the single most valuable thing I learned was how to identify and fix mistakes and move forward. So I invite you, come out to this October 10th workshop. You'll find the link to the workshop below in the description. Come on out and let's have a highly productive year. Let's show you how to get your house sorted. And then on the second week, we're going to get into all the additional topics of water and food and production. And we're going to leave some time open so that should you come here with other expectations, we'll all get together and we'll discuss where we're at. And if there's any other subject matters that we want to cover, we can. Also, we're going to be building the foam machine. So if you want to bring all of your parts out to the workshop, we'll actually build the foam machine and test it, make sure you're ready to go at the workshop. And it's going to be a fun time. It's honestly like having your best friends and extended family that you love come together. It reminds us that we're not alone in this world. There are solutions. There's a lot of hope out there. There's a whole lot of people doing the right thing, building their own economies, trading their own value between each other.